Hello folks, this is Steve, AB4L. No, nothing in this episode is a promotion, nor is it a recommendation. You know, I go to slashdot.org, News for Nerds. I'm looking down, there's so many headlines. Same thing on Bleeping Computer. So many headlines. So I'm going down here and I didn't quite know what this was. Rivian software update bricks infotainment system. Fix not obvious. On Monday, which is yesterday, Rivian, whoever they are, released an incremental software update, which bricked. What does that mean? When you brick an electronic device, like if you brick a computer, you brick your Android, you brick your iPhone, it means that even though you press the power button, it won't come on and actually work. Sometimes you can overcome temporary bricking by telling it to go back and set all defaults. But in a case like this, which bricked the infotainment system, infotainment? Oh, you mean they got a computer console in the R1Ss and the R1Ts? The company is frantically working on a fix, but it might not be an OTA. I don't know what that is. The vehicles are drivable. Okay, so it's some kind of car, but software and displays go black. It appears that the 2023.42 software update hangs at 90% on the vehicle screen or 50% on the app screen, and then the vehicle screens black out. So they start to come up, like your computer starts to boot up, and they get almost there, and then they just black out. All systems still appear to work, except for the displays. And then it says, at the moment it appears that Amazon vans aren't impacted. Now there's an update, but let's find out what Rivian is. Rivian electric adventure vehicles. The RT1 is ready to go, but not if you have the latest software update. Delivery in 1 to 6 weeks from available inventory. 4 months or less for that model. I don't know if I've ever seen one. Hear the gravel beneath you, see the night skies above, connect with the world around you, every aspect of the... You know, that reminds me of when I got picked up by the Land Rover group in Middle Tunisia, and I rode all the way to Alexandria, Egypt, in brand new Land Rovers in 1966. The fuel that we were putting into them was so bad. This is in Libya. The fuel is that the engines would ping all the way up to during acceleration. The Land Rovers were advertised as this was the kind of vehicle you'd buy if you had a small farm in the outback of Africa. And there was only one part on the entire vehicle that was not replaceable by you. Only one part in the Land Rover that you had to actually take it to a dealer to get it fixed. No, they didn't mean the engine. They came with a winch. This is what you would use to haul logs. You're farming out in the middle of nowhere. Is that what these are good for? Colonel LeBlanc, the inventor of overlanding. Okay, so gear shop. Oh, closed. Let's look at the RS-1. Is this a Land Rover? Oh, now we can see it. There it is. There it is. Okay. The dash here is not like in my 1996 Mercury. It's obviously like an iPhone. And now I'm looking over here. So that's another big display. Oh, look at it right there. I don't think I've ever seen one. So it's like an SUV, but what's the key thing about it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Rivian Automotive Incorporated is an American, electric vehicle manufacturer. You mean you would really go out into the jungles of the Brazil in one of those without taking a generator with you? Where do you plug it in? An American electric vehicle manufacturer and automotive technology and outdoor recreation company founded in 2009. Rivian produces an electric sports utility vehicle and a pickup truck on a skateboard platform that can support future vehicles or be accepted by other companies. Electric sport utility SUV. Yeah. So where do you plug it in? Okay, there are the models. Electric, oh! Do you think that doesn't look exactly like the prime trucks that have pulled in here? They have that general shape, but this one looks different than the ones I've seen because the ones that pulled in here had doors, so it's not this. So that's why it says here, it appears that Amazon vans are not impacted. So this is Reddit. We made an error with the 2023.42 OTA update. Let's figure out what that means. I probably know the phrase, but I can't. What is an OTA? Over-the-air update. Got it. Cell phone delivery. Got it. Well, that fits, doesn't it? It's an iPhone with wheels. A fat finger where the wrong build with the wrong security certificates was sent out. We canceled the campaign and we will restart it with the proper software. Now wait a minute. That went through the different campaigns of beta testing. I know what happened. Service will be contacting impacted customers and will go through the resolution options. This may require physical repair in some cases. Remember what I told you about the Land Rover? See, the point about over-the-air updates, you don't have to go to the dealer. But what did I say about the Land Rover and the one part that you can't do? This is on us. We messed up. Thanks for your support. Oh, wait a minute, there's an update. There's more than one update. So yesterday at 10:45 p.m. Pacific, I was still up. The issue impacts the infotainment system. In most cases, the rest of the vehicle systems are still operational, but you can't tell how fast you're driving, right? A vehicle reset, the sleep cycle will not. Oh, remember what I said where you do a reboot and tell it to put all default settings? Okay. A vehicle reset, that's what they're talking about, or sleep cycle will not solve the issue. We are validating, when they start saying things like, we are validating the best options to address the issue for the impacted vehicles. They're trying to figure out how they can do it. That's what that means. Validating. Oh, does that mean that they take some of their vehicles, put the bad software update on it, wreck them, and then see if they can figure out ways to actually fix it? Does that mean they don't really know how to fix it? I think it does. But that's all right. This is just the beginning. Remember, it just happened. They may need a month or two to figure all the ins and outs. Update number 2. Hi all, as I mentioned yesterday, so this is today at about noontime. We identified an issue in our recent software update 23.42.0. The one they sent out yesterday was 23.42 over the air. So this is the 42nd patch update for this year. Think about that. That's what it implies. 42 doesn't refer to 42 days into the year. There aren't 42 months. There are 50, oh, it could be the 42nd week. Or it could just be the 42nd update, bug fix. The recent software update 23.42.0 that impacted the infotainment system on a number of RT1 and RT1S. In most cases, the mobile app will still be functional, so that means you can still get the over-the-air. But if you are an impacted owner, you will have received an email and a text communication. We understand that this is frustrating and we're really sorry for this inconvenience. The team continues to actively work on the best possible solution to fix the impact. They don't have any answers. That's what that means. And we will keep community updated. You see how inclusive they are? In the meantime, our service team is prioritizing this. They don't say how many vehicles have already been reported bricked. You can call them at an 800 number. So that's the latest as of this moment. Okay, now let me tell you about it. What I know about. I was working at that internationally known, internationally operating IT company. And this is way back in the days when major software updates and version updates would go out on CDs. You got that? They would go out on CDs. I was a software tester. We had been testing some system utility that a system administrator would use to fix, control, or set values for like big servers. And it wasn't everything that was needed in the update in terms of new things that it could do that customers were needing, but it worked, and I was one of the testers. So we were right at the day where the software testing manager had to sign off on all of the fixes that would go into the update CD. The development team actually does the software. It goes to the software testing team. I was one of them. We tested independently to see if it fixes what they're claiming it fixes and works correctly and doesn't screw something else up. So it's the day that the manager, software testing manager, has to sign off on a set of approved updates. Not all the fixes that were submitted by the software team had worked out. I'm being detailed for a reason. And literally, he told us right there on the floor with the whole testing team that this one particular module, which I had been testing, was going to be superseded by a last-minute complete revision done by the genius software developer the previous night. I'm not exaggerating. And that would go into the batch that would compose the update CD in place of what we've been testing for a month and approved. So I didn't even get a chance, nor did anybody else, to actually even test it, because the guy finished the incredible software update about 3 a.m. that morning. And they showed it to us, and it was completely different. Completely different. So the manager signed off on it. Why would he do that? Because his bonus depended on it. You have salary plus bonus. Have to ship on time. More bonus if they put the new feature in place of the old one that customers were complaining about. So they sent it out. They burned, I don't know, a couple 100,000 CDs, whatever it was, and they shipped them to all of the licensed users. DOA, dead on arrival, bricked the machines. What does that mean? It means that when they did the installation of the updates, that tool bricked their computers and they had to go back and reload, hopefully, a saved image, the previous image, before doing the updates. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. Now let's look at what they actually said. Hi all, we made an error in this over-the-air update. A fat finger, what's a fat finger? That's somebody who's the top genius overruling the software testers. A fat finger where the wrong build, somebody sat down to to actually finalize the last software update, which would require pulling together all of the updates that were put in, compile them, and then harmonize them together in one operable unit, overriding all the testing because they had some last minute hot important thing to put in there, fat finger, somebody overriding common sense, and in the excitement to try to get the thing out the door on time so they could get their bonuses in addition to their salary, which might, I worked for a chemical company, the chemist's salary, 50% of it was bonus. In other words, their base salary was only half of what it would be if they also got the bonus for good performance, meeting schedule, etc., etc. That's not even software. A fat finger with the wrong build, somebody fed the wrong software set updates in there. And then it says, with the wrong security certificates? How did that happen? What's a security certificate? Have you noticed that if you bring this up and you do something like HTTP, www, Google, and you don't ask it to encrypt, which requires a security certificate with the public and private keys. And what they do is they change it. They automatically reroute it and make my browser use the certificate. And up here, you see this lock thing up here? You can actually look at the connection is secure, certificate is valid. Here's all the information from the security certificate that was exchanged with Google. Even though I said don't use that, they refuse it, and they force my browser to handshake and encrypt. And there's the security certificate, which they pass over to me to identify themselves so that my computer can look at a library and check it out, that it's real. Let's go back to what they said. A fat finger where the wrong build with the wrong security certificates was sent out. And now those security certificates, which are the wrong bad ones, are embedded in infotainment systems, and they're refusing to start a lot of software because the security certificates are refusing the CRC checks, saying this is bogus software. No, you're not allowed to run it. We're protecting the car. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. There's the key. The wrong security certificates. The asshole that was up until 3 in the morning and clicked on the wrong link to add it in. The fat finger. The geniuses. Did you get a look at how their advertising looks? Let me try something. All right, that's Rivian Jobs. They make anywhere from $123,000 to $377,000 a year. But I didn't ask for salaries. I want to say, who are they? I've never looked before now. Glassdoor allows people who have had contact with them or worked there to write reviews. I have never looked here. Found 109 over 1,000 reviews. The rating for working there is 3.3. I've never seen this before. Would you recommend working there as a software engineer to a friend? Only 50% of the reviewers said yes. Do you approve of the CEO? Only 54% said yes. I interviewed at Rivian and have been communicating that I got the job. Anyone working in Rivian as a TPM who is willing to connect, I would like to. All right, people want to find out. So there's no one. Good place to work. Oh, wait a minute. The pros are respectful environment, exciting work with talented colleagues. What's the bad side? Risky business. EV business, electric vehicle business, is generally more risky, not specifically to Rivian. No return offer, good work culture, amazing internship experience with lots of fun events. Worked on several impactful projects, but they didn't ask him back. The low conversion rate for interns to full-time. That means that they're supposedly very selective. Feel like a startup environment. Great amount of ownership and impact on projects. But there were many shifts in the vision, but it seems to be getting better as of late. Oh, wait a minute. There are many shifts in the vision. That means from day to day, they don't know what's happening. They've got yet another problem they have to take care of. That's my interpretation of that. There were many shifts in vision, what we're working on, what's hot, what we need to get done, but they seem to be getting better of late. Meaning the people in charge are actually kind of getting to learn their own jobs. Now these are high ratings. Work-life balance, fun, interesting software to work on. Now wait a minute. Upper level management creating policies out of nowhere to cut you for being there too long. That means high turnover rate. Oh, that could affect whether they would put the right software into the mix for the over-the-air update. I'm just guessing. How many stars did that person give? 4 out of 5. Here's one that's 3 out of 5. WLB is okay. I don't know what that means. The bad thing is salary is peanuts. Stocks are doing worse. I'm enjoying this. Oh, wait a minute. This is the first time I'm reading this. This is the first time I'm seeing it. You heard all of my conjecture about what their message to the public actually means happened. Not terrible, but very disorganized. Senior staff software engineer, former employee more than 1 year. Smart people, fun projects, good amount of autonomy. Everybody's their own boss. That means each person, oh, fat finger. The person was being egotistical at 3 a.m. in the morning to get it out the door, to get the bonus, and he put the wrong stuff together. He mixed in the wrong security certificates, and it blew up in the customer's vehicles. Management was very shaky, short-sighted decision-making projects like new factory in Atlanta. Proceed with caution. Staff software engineer, current employee more than a year. Palo Alto. You get to build around one of the most exciting projects to come to market since the iPhone. Biggest contrary thing right now is they're requesting everyone to go back to work when COVID levels are rising. Oh, you mean you can't work from home? My team within the company functions well, Company has stabilized, generally allowed to take vacation, they're overworked. Lots of upheaval over the past year due to layoffs. Folks, I've never looked at this before. Worst toxic management. Staff software engineer, former employee, more than a year, Palo Alto. There was time when we were a team and working on impactful projects, a lot of learn and grow. Then he says, when CPM came under vehicle software management, we became, I don't know what that means. When CPM came under vehicle software management, we became second-class citizens. I have to, it's enough. You can form your own opinion. They haven't admitted yet how many people they've screwed over. How many people's vehicles they've screwed over. And I don't think it's unreasonable This is the guy that's writing the stuff. Oh, I see. Wasim Ben Said. Rivian. As soon as I put Rivian in, they don't show me the guy. They show me the vehicles. Okay. Hang on. Oh, wait a minute. Did I spelled it wrong. I spelled it wrong. He spells it with a Y. There he is. There he is. Okay, this is the guy who's taking the heat right now. That guy right there. Wasim Ben Said is driving the creation of a vertically integrated software technology stack at Rivian. He oversees, now stack means all of the different kinds of software components that go into the car to make it what it is, the vehicle, SUV. He oversees the design of Rivian's infotainment. Okay, that's why he's the one on Reddit. Connectivity, security, big data and analytics, battery and energy management systems, and vehicle controls. Now notice what they're saying. Connectivity, over-the-air updates. See, if the hackers get in there, they can screw your vehicle over. Security, make sure that it's encrypted correctly, all the data flow and everything that should be encrypted even within your infotainment system, so the hackers can't break into it. Oh, you mean if you put the wrong certificates in there when you do the update, the system is going to start barfing and shitting, and it's going to say there's some kind of struggle here because this doesn't make sense? It will look like you're a hacker. When the immune system attacks itself. In Rivian vehicles in the cloud, there are systems that make our products smart, safe, and intuitive to use. Since joining Rivian in 2019, he's been building a multidisciplinary, cross-functional team. Think about the Glassdoor reviews. Cross-functional team to meet complex challenge and unique opportunity of building new vehicles from scratch. In other words, they're not Detroit. Wissam is a leader in software and systems engineering with a rich experience in consumer, semiconductor, Internet of Things. You know what Internet of Things is? Like that camera that's watching your baby at home while you're at work that the hackers got into and used for distributed analysis service attacks because they've actually put contaminating software in there and you don't know that that little computer in the video camera is using your internet connection to destroy some company because somebody rented it out. Wissam is a leader in software and systems engineer with rich experience in consumer, semiconductor, Internet of Things, and automotive industries. He started his career in wireless systems with Philips. He's Dutch. That name means he's Dutch. I had a housemate from Holland. He's Dutch. It fits his appearance. He's Dutch. Philips Semiconductors and Motorola, and led the execution of research and development programs at Freescale and Intel. Most recently, Wissam held executive engineering leadership positions at Intel and Silver Spring before it was Let's see if we can actually look at his LinkedIn. Excuse me for dragging. Oh! He doesn't want to show us where he's from. Now I'm just going to make a guess. D-U-T-C-H. There he is, and now it's more to the age you would expect for the amount of experience. He said that other picture is when he was 20 years earlier. And this is at linkedin.com, so this is an advertisement. Excuse me for exploring. I'd like to know who the people are and where they're from. And this is welcoming people into the team. These are different people that they've hired to come into the team. This is pretty good. But, view profile. Let's see if they show us. Oh, that's for Rivian. Okay. All right. I still say he's Dutch. If you find evidence that you can point to on the internet that says otherwise, put it in a comment. So, excuse me for exploring this so extensively. I think this is really interesting. As soon as I read that, I knew what happened. Somebody was up to 3 a.m. trying to hit a deadline. They'd been up for 48 hours. Things hadn't been compiling and coming together quite right, and they finally got it to work. Except it was with the wrong parts, especially the security certificates, which is why it's bricking the infotainment system. The security certificate is rejecting all of the software that's in there. After they did the update software package, they didn't actually test it. Which is what I told you about. Burning all that stuff to CD without the software testing team actually testing it. Because the genius developer was a god walking on earth, and we're going to go with what he said, not with what is standard protocol and company requirement. We need our bonuses. Steve A.B. Fouriel, just an idiot running his mouth. Believe me, I'm an idiot. Saying see you in 73.